Ciao ragazzi, siamo qui al Lab Camp con Claus Hessler, che è uno dei nostri insegnanti.
Can be looked at three different ways. Number one, it can be a toplet.
E ringrazio anche Dave Vaglia che sta supportando il video. Oggi farò a Claus un po' di domande sul camp. Rimanete fino alla fine perché ci sarà una parte interessante. The first question is, are you enjoying the camp, the lab camp, as a teacher?
Big time. I mean, I always enjoy teaching itself, so that is not the question. But the place here is pretty cool because, I mean, you have all the people staying in one place and everyone is sleeping here in those little bungalows, whatever it is, yeah, which is totally nice. And I mean, the students are great. Everything is beautifully organized, so I'm having a great time here. It's just completely thumbs up, yeah.
Thumbs up. The students are okay from all over the world.
Absolutely, and I mean it's impressive of I mean how many different people from different countries are here, from Alaska to obviously Greece, a lot of Italians, and I mean anything in between. It's just a very cool international mix, and it's just very good these days to see people from different countries come together and just play drums and exchange thoughts and speak about music, and this all in a very peaceful environment, which is so much needed today.
Surrounded by nature and
by nature, yeah, beautiful.
Very beautiful. Yeah. The second question is if there was a specific moment in your life that changed your musical career. Mm-hmm. Or a specific moment in your career that changed your life.
I should say there were quite some of these moments. I wouldn't boil it down to just one life-changing moment. I would say there were at least a handful of them. And if I would have to point out one of them, it may be I think March 25, 1994, which was the first time I did a clinic together with Dom Famularo. Oh. And I knew Dom before, since I was, I mean, constantly attending a drummer meeting in Germany that they had back then still. And at one time I also took part in a contest that they had, and Dom was part of the jury, and Chapin was part of the jury, and I still remember Larry London was part of the jury. Who else? Gary Chafee. I mean, that was also life-changing to some degree, but the first time I ever got to perform and teach on stage with Dom, and to understand, he took me under his wings, if you will.
Okay.
That changed a lot. Life was never the same for me as a drummer
before.
After that, as before. Yeah.
As you mentioned, a lot of big names now. There are some books that you suggest more than others for the student to practice, to get more into drums.
Definitely. So I would for sure think there is a core collection of drumming books, or classics, I should say, that you should go through. Okay. Because they more or less represent the foundation of where we come from as drum set players. And that would for sure include stick control.
Stick control.
It would for sure include accents and rebounds, because that's the follow-up to stick control. It would for sure be Advanced Techniques for the Modern Drummer, Volume 1. Okay. With Jim Chapin. It would for sure be Syncopation.
Okay.
It would for sure be, I mean, any sort of more old school rudimental source like Charlie Wilcoxon, for instance. I mean, these are, I think if I mean, we could mention more, but I guess there's a core of, let's say, maybe 10 books that you should absolutely have.
Okay.
And of course, the collection of drumming books which are out there and released, that's endless. It's really
Yes,
endless.
endless.
I would be a bad business person if I wouldn't mention at least one of my books, or maybe two,
Okay.
that I would really consider, without tapping my own shoulder,
Okay.
to be important, I think, which is daily drum set workout, which leaves a lot of room for organizing your daily practice with anything that is relevant.
Okay.
And besides the books that I wrote with Dom, it would maybe also be Camp Duty Update, teaching people about the history and true, authentic interpretation of rudiments, understanding where we come from as drummers, because I really think that understanding the past is important if you want to form the future and create a future. If you don't know where you're coming from,
know your foundation,
you may not understand where you're going.
Okay, it's a deep concept.
But me personally, I mean, it's just what I do. I never practice on something that has no rebound at all.